All right, Nura's in the house. Welcome.
Hello. So
Hello.
I've been watching your YouTube channel for like over a year now.
Okay.
I'm in a relationship and it has been over 8 months. Yeah.
Okay.
So everything is going great. He's a great guy, generous, kind. He has 2 kids, a divorcee of like 3 years. Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 45.
And how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. No, there's no judgment here.
Yeah. So I want to see some commitment, and like I would like him to pop the question. Yeah. It's not happening. So last weekend I told him.
Wait, before you go into last weekend,
Yeah.
why do you want him to pop the question? I want to hear your why.
Well, because I think I know him already. Like 8 months is not a short time, and we have been seeing each other twice or 3 times a week since we started dating.
Okay.
And I don't know what is gonna change if we keep waiting. Like in 4 months' time, what's gonna change? What am I gonna find out about him?
Yeah. Say it to me one more time. I apologize. I got distracted. Say it to me one more time.
Why I want him to pop the question?
Yeah. I mean, well, I want you to go deeper, and I apologize. I got distracted. So do you want him, like, I want you to think about the mechanics of a relationship, okay? I want you to think about it deeper. So he's got 2 children. What's his schedule with his children?
Like he's a great father, very attentive.
Okay.
Twice, like 2 days a week, he has the kids. Yeah.
Okay.
But apart from that, they go on vacations once in the summer and once either in spring or autumn. So, yeah.
Okay.
He's very attentive, and I have kids, so I'm 29, and it's a good time. Like, why not?
Okay. All right. So there's not a lot of depth in what you just said. Okay. I just want you to know that. I mean, you're just saying like, oh, I just want to get married. Okay. But there's no real intentionality behind that. So I invite you to lean into that a little bit more and really get clear about your why. Okay. So let's look at it let's reverse engineer this. Why do you think he hasn't popped the question?
I don't know, actually. Maybe it's just too early. Maybe I'm rushing things because I'm 29 and soon I will turn 30. And maybe it's just that, because I think I would be more, I could take things slower if I was like in the beginning of my 20s, right?
Yeah.
But now.
Wait, do you want to have children? Do you want to have children?
Yeah, I do.
And does he want to have more children?
Yeah, he does. But the problem is he's 45 and I'm almost 30 and I want to have kids before I turn 35. So in like 5 years time, he's going to be close to 50.
Yeah.
Like we got to sort of go with a faster pace.
Wait, how long has he been divorced?
3 years.
Okay. And has he had any other relationships before you?
Yeah, he had, but he has not introduced them to his family. So he introduced me to his family.
Okay.
So yeah, everything is great. We are going, I think, pretty seriously. But
have you asked about marriage?
Yeah, like last weekend, I said, oh, you know what? I think a mosquito bit my finger. Like I think some protective shield here. What do you think will sleep there? So what else can I say?
So, okay. And how did he respond to that?
Oh, we laughed it off. So my plan
Why do you think he laughed it out?
Because it was funny.
Okay, so you said something funny that wasn't serious, and he reacted because you weren't being honest. You were being silly.
Yeah.
You weren't being an adult. You were being, hey, I'm a little girl. I'd like to have a gold ring on my finger. I'm just a little girl. That's the way you operated. You didn't operate like an adult. You're not talking about your relationship most likely at a real granular level, because ultimately, I will tell you most likely, and I'm not suggesting that this is absolute. I'm just saying most likely he's gun shy to getting married again. Did he have a contentious relation? Did he have a contentious divorce?
I don't know. I just know that it took them a year and a half to get a divorce with all the lawyers and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know much
So,
about it.
does he talk bad about his ex-wife?
No, not at all. But that's
Okay.
a great quality that I like about him. He hasn't said anything bad, because if he does, that means if our relationship ends, then he may say something bad about me.
Yeah. So okay, that's good. So I would venture to say he probably doesn't know the mechanics to a healthy, happy relationship. He probably hasn't fully processed the ending of his relationship. He probably hasn't taken full ownership of it. He's probably emotionally wounded and hasn't done any work on himself. I mean, this is most likely where he's at. And I'm just saying this statistically speaking. Is he focused on his own needs, or does he genuinely care about you and care about your needs?
Yeah, he does. He does care about me. He's very gentle, a great man. So that's the reason. I feel like I've known him good enough, and not a single bad thing came about him. And I don't know. I'm done with my decision. I think it's a good call.
Yeah.
But I think he
Okay,
needs
so
more
then the
time.
question is, then I would invite you to have a sit-down conversation and ask about where's this relationship going from your point of view. Ask him, where do you see this relationship going from my point of view? And then you say you're asking it, where do you see this relationship going from your point of view, meaning him, okay? I would like to get married. How does that fit into your timeline? And start having conversations instead of, oh, look, my finger is empty. I'm a little 16-year-old girl. I'm a princess. I'm being, I'm sorry. I mean, if you were my daughter, I would say, be a grown up. Ask him what he wants. And you will find that he will most likely go, I'm not ready. And he's going to probably say, I need a couple years to be ready.
Oh, for real?
You sure? Most likely.
Yeah, because I don't have a couple of years. No.
Well, because you guys went in so naively, you went ambivalently.
Yeah, but then there is the talk about.
By the way, there's something wrong with your sound.
Sorry?
Okay, talk to us. Yeah, we have this static.
Yeah, there's the talk about the kids, future plans.
Do me a favor, hang up and come right back on. And while she's doing that, folks, because there was a problem with the microphone, she seems like a very sweet and kind person. There's no doubt about that. She's still operating from the way most people operate, from a very naive place about relationship, is probably focused on entertainment, romance, and physical connection without talking about the mechanics to a healthy, happy relationship to build that deep friendship. Here she's coming back. So let's see if this works. Okay, we got you back.
Thank you. So there is the talk about.
Oh, shoot, we still have a problem.
I'm sorry.
Well, listen, I'm going to hang you up and I'm going to keep talking to the camera about this, okay? All right. Good luck. So Noor was very, very sweet. And coming back to my point, this whole my finger is empty kind of thing is very naive, childlike way of approaching this. I'm here to encourage adults to operate from a more sincere place. Now, they've only been together for 8 months, so I suspect he probably knows whether or not he likes her at this point, but does he want to take care of her? This is the scary part about midlife dating, because many people coming off of a divorce are rather gun shy to a significant relationship. They're gun shy to a significant relationship because they don't want to have another bad experience. The problem is most couples don't operate from a place of intentionality. They're hyper focused on chemistry and attraction. I don't know their capacity to resolve conflicts between the two of them. I don't know that piece. But ultimately, because he's chosen a woman who is literally 16 years younger than him, he has to operate from the premise of, I'm going to take care of you. So I'd want to understand the financial mechanics of this relationship. How involved are they in each other's lives to build something together? These are the kind of conversations. And I would say getting close to the 9-month to the 12-year mark is the time to start having these serious conversations. By the way, if you look back in history, we committed to someone very quickly, and now we just operate from a very cavalier place. We're just enjoying each other's time. We're just experiencing each other. We're not building something together. So Noor, I invite you to have a sit down with them, have a serious conversation about what's the purpose of this relationship? What's our relationship vision? Are we moving towards the idea of being partners with one another, or are we just experiencing one another? And it's quite possible, Noor, that you are simply a placeholder in his life, as he's trying to figure out and raising his children and all that stuff. And ultimately, I'm going to venture to say, it's rare that a man wants to make babies after he's already had babies with someone else. It's rare. There's the exception to the rule, but it's very rare that he might want to make babies with you. So just be aware of that. Is this sinking in? Is this resonating with you? Please let me know if it is. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what I just shared. Post a comment below. I do my best to read them all in the first 24 hours. As always, if you find value in my videos, please hit that like button. Please share this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified of new videos. And if you want to connect with me directly, schedule a discovery call with me to see if working with a coach is right for you. Join my group called Midlife Love Mastery. Get all the books I recommend, all listed below. All right, we've got Terry that said, this guy isn't ready for a relationship. This guy isn't ready to commit. RM Bell says, he's more complex part of his life than she is. She is on her own time schedule and pressure comes in. Yes, he's got more moving parts to his life because he's raising children, probably has alimony, child support involved. There's more moving parts. Sheila said, this is definitely resonating with me and hit spot more than once. Yes, I'm trying to. Stacy points out she's operating from what I can get from him and playing the role of wife. She may need to move on. Again, we all operate based on our needs. It's important to recognize that we have to have our needs met, but are you having grown-up conversation? Ava says, 8 months is nothing to compare to a lifetime. 8 months is just the intro. I'm here to say, if you're not consciously being intentional about the future, then you're just experiencing life. And to some degree, it's good to live in the moment because, the future isn't guaranteed. But are you growing to build something, or are you just experiencing each other? That's the way I look at it. Nazi says, he maybe won't get married again, but it's him that thinks about love. Even if you talk to him in a friendly way, you both feel very comfortable. Could you explain his feelings, please? Again, this is about opening up to something deeper. This is what my whole channel is about, is encouraging honest communication very early on, speaking from the heart, but most importantly, listening from the heart, and then ultimately asking yourselves, what's the purpose of a relationship? That's my invitation for all of you. Is this sinking in? Is this resonating with you? I'm going to say it again. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Post a comment below. I do my best to read them all in the first 24 hours. As always, if you find value in my videos, please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. Please hit the notifications so you can be notified of new videos. And if you want to connect with me directly, there's links below to schedule a discovery call with me to see if working with a coach is right for you. There's a link to join my group called Midlife Love Mastery. There's a link to follow me on Instagram and all that good stuff listed below. All right, I'm going to wrap up this video as I always do. First off, giving myself a big, gigantic Jonathan Bear hug of self-love. I'm going to reach into the camera and give you a hug of love if that's okay. I'm going to ask you to turn to someone, a pet, a teddy bear, a pillow, and give either of them a hug of love, because hugs are a great source of love. And let's face it, we could all use more love in our lives. Thank you. I want to thank everyone that was live. I want to thank everybody that donated. I want to thank everyone. And I'm wishing you all a super duper wonderful, fantastic day. Be well. Thanks. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye.